Okay, good morning, guys. Welcome to Jemima, our manager of the month, our FPL family manager of the month for January. Had an outstanding January, Jemima. Absolutely smashed it. I noticed actually in the last game week, you were kind of hanging on. There was a few of the guys that were kind of catching up with you. But I think in the previous game week, I don't remember what that was, maybe game week 25 or 24, you had like an awesome game week. You had like an 80 pointer or something. So we're going to talk about how you did that in January because you had such a good month. But introduce yourself to the people of the FPL Family YouTube channel. Tell us a bit about yourself, and also tell us where you're from and where you live right now, because it's kind of different, right?
Right. So, Jemima, and I'm born and raised in Uganda, but I'm living in South Korea right now for school. And I love football. I've grown up playing and watching football, and I support Manchester United. So,
Okay, so
and
so
my
you're, so you're no good at playing football, did you say, or you do play a lot of football?
no, I okay. So I used to play when I was younger, but I hurt my knee, so I
Oh,
stopped.
okay.
But
Oh, I've been
otherwise,
there.
I could have been like Lauren James right now, but.
So tell me, how does a Ugandan lady that lives in South Korea come to support Manchester United, right? I mean, they're a global side, so I understand it. But so how did you come about Manchester United?
Okay, so when I was young, I had an uncle who was obsessed with football. And at the time, I mean, I just enjoyed watching it and whatever. And so he supported Manchester United. And so I got into watching games with him every weekend, every other weekend. And I was like, and at the time, we still had Alex Ferguson and, you know, Paul Scholes and that team. Paul Scholes is my favorite player, all
Okay.
time favorite player. So I I thought that there was no team better than Manchester United, and I've stayed loyal since then.
Yeah, they were the team to support when I was growing up as well. When I was growing up in the 90s and I was at school, I was almost
Yeah.
kind of like, and even though I grew up in the sort of London area, there was still a hell of a lot of Manchester United fans, and obviously a lot of
Mm.
Liverpool fans as well. And there was always that rivalry. But at the end of the seasons, it was always Manchester United that would pop up with the trophies and not Liverpool. So it's
Right.
nice that it's the other way around now. I like that it's the other way around. That's good. That's good. So who's
Well,
your favorite player? You were
but
talking about.
for now,
For now, yeah, yeah. So you never know. Ollie's at the wheel. Anything can happen next season, right? Next season. So you were saying Scholes is your favourite player. Who's your favourite
yes.
player in the current squad right now? Who do you like?
Uh, I would say Pogba, but he hasn't played all
Ah,
season, so uh, maybe. Hmm.
well, what do you think of
Actually,
the
like,
what do you think of the new boy Bruno Fernandes? By the way, so he's just come into the club for a lot of money. It feels like the Manchester United fans are getting quite excited about him. I personally think he's a really good player. What do you think of him?
well, I agree, and I watched the game last time. He seemed to be the guy in charge and taking control of the game. He made a big difference to the team
He
that
did.
we've been playing with. So I guess good things are to come. It's just unfortunate that he wasn't playing in the position that he would be playing in to get like attacking returns for FPL. But in terms of the team, I think he'll make a big difference, and it's what we needed since Pogba is out and Rashford is out and stuff like that.
So he's only 8 million, I think, in FPL. Do you want to sort of go in there early on Bruno Fernandes, or are you kind of just a wait and see on him?
So in December when I was top of the table, I Pogba played that one game. I think he played half the game. So I was like, yes, Pogba is back, and I jumped into Pogba. I think because Son got the red card, so I got Pogba in, and then he didn't play again. Like so, I learned my lesson with jumping in like early, and I won't be doing it until I see that he's FPL essential.
Yeah, I think you're right. The midfield of Pogba and Fernandes could be really good in my opinion, but it depends on whether Pogba's going to come back. It depends on whether he's going to be a
Yes.
player in the future. Be interesting to see what happens when Scott McTominay comes back. Actually, because I'm really interested in Scott McTominay. If he and Fernandes can get a bit of a relationship going, that could be quite good.
No, but I think if that happened, I would be looking to get more of maybe Martial. Whoever would be playing ahead of Fernandez would be who I'd be getting.
Okay, very good. So talk to me about your FPL season so far. Obviously, January was really good for you. We know that January was a great month for you. And well done on winning the Manager of the Month again. Absolutely sensational stuff. What's your kind of, where's your overall rank at? How's your season been going up to now? And, what do you want to, where do you want to finish up in the season? What are you looking to achieve?
So I would say it's going okay now, but it's FPL is mostly luck. So
Yeah,
like
can be, yeah. Bit of skill in there,
so
but
in
mostly luck.
yeah, so in December I was doing okay. I think I was around 50K, and that was the time when I think the season was going well for me, but then Liverpool had that blank, and so I transferred out Money and Trent, and I didn't get them back
Ooh,
in, so I missed the time when, if you had told me that Trent was going to get 24 points, I would have bet like a lot of money against you. But
oh, did you
so
miss the Trent 24 pointer? You missed out on that.
I had transferred him out,
Oh,
so
no.
and that time like the guys behind me, I think they also didn't have Trent, but they the like maybe fourth place and fifth place had Trent, and the gap was 30 points. So I just
Ah,
that's
ah,
where everything went wrong from. But then in January, I guess I just got lucky because I brought in Aguero, and I just kept captaining him since I missed the Trent points. I just kept captaining him. I'm like, he's going to repay me
nice.
sometime. I kept the faith, and then he got the hat trick, and then he got the 2 goals the next week, and that's how I got like the 80 points consistently, just because I captained him. So I got lucky,
Nice.
and
It's not lucky. That's
right.
skill. Right? You noticed Aguero. I mean, Aguero's a good player. You notice he's in form. He's got nice fixtures. That's not lucky. That's FPL skill right there, Jemima.
Well, I guess so. Yeah, last week I was around 8K, but now I'm 10K. So
Okay.
I dropped.
Hey, listen, that's still a very, very good overall rank. A very good overall rank. It's a pretty good place to be, given that we've got probably the hardest bit of the season coming up in terms of blanks and doubles, and people will be playing their chips and all that sort of stuff. Um, have you got any of your chips left? And if you have, when are you thinking that you might play them?
So I just have the free heat and my wildcard. I played my triple captain and my. Oh no, I only played my triple captain, so I still have all the
Okay.
rest. I still have my bench boost as well.
And did the
So
triple captain work out for you? Because it did not work out for me with Sadio Mane,
uh
as you know.
yeah, right, as I know. Yeah, so I played it on Salah in the double game week. So
Oh, you put it on Salah. Nice. Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
nice. I think so. Sam had it on Firmino, so she was pretty happy with that, given that
right.
he was quite lowly owned at the point. But out of
Then
fear, I
Salah
put it on
came
Mane.
through.
I thought, yeah, I thought he's so highly owned. I thought, well, if he does something, then it's going to really affect my season and what have you. But hey, listen, we're over that. We're over that. That was so 2 weeks ago. That's so 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, it was a coin toss between Money and Salah for me as well.
It
But
was. Yeah.
at that time, I think I was around 12K, and I knew that like majority of the people in 10K own Money, so I was just like, I will triple captain Salah. If it goes well, it goes well. If it doesn't, well, that's FPL.
Yeah, exactly. That's FPL. I like that. That's a nice attitude to have towards FPL and not getting too upset about the captaincy fails and the transfer fails and stuff. How are you looking for the next game week? So we have game week 26 coming up, right? And we have this kind
Right.
of weird player break in the middle of the season where we're only going to have some games this calendar weekend, and then we're going to have the other games the next weekend.
Next week.
How
Right.
are you feeling about that? How are you setting up for it? Any transfers and captain thoughts ahead of that game week?
So I was thinking of transferring out Jamie Vardy for Aguero, because I transferred Aguero out in the double game week. But we'll be having the blank game week, and if I bring Aguero in, I'll be having only 6 players to play in game week
Yeah,
28.
yeah. Oh, so your
So
team has quite a lot of Man City and Sheffield United and Villa
yeah,
and Arsenal.
and I
Okay.
have Aubameyang too. So
Oh, okay, nice.
and Henderson in goal. So I would have only 6 players for game week 28. But Aguero's next fixture is against West Ham, and I'm thinking of captaining him. So I'm still contemplating, but I think that's the move I might make, because, I mean, you just have to take your chances. And if I do that, then I might most probably play my free hit in 28 because I'll
Okay.
just have 6 players.
Yeah, that makes absolute sense. I do like Aguero as a captaincy choice this weekend. I think it's between him and Salah. And given that I have Salah in my team, I don't have Aguero. I have Kevin De Bruyne, so I could play Kevin De Bruyne. But Salah is in
Right.
such good form right now. I think I'll be putting on him. But I must admit, I'll be with you. I can't argue against the Aguero captain. West Ham's defence against Brighton last weekend was,
Right.
oh wow, really awful. They were, they had the goalkeeper punching it against Ogbonna's head and all sorts. And Brighton don't really perform that well away from home normally, and they don't normally score many goals away from home, yet they managed to put 3 past West Ham. So goodness knows
Right.
how many Aguero could get at home to West Ham this weekend. Do you think there's a possibility that Pep might bench him though? Is there a rotation risk there?
Well, the truth is with Pep, you can never know. So
You don't know,
I
yeah.
I follow a bunch of FPL content creators, and they usually get it wrong. Well, I think Aguero will be benched, and then Aguero is not benched, and he gets like 2 goals. So I just leave it to Pep and just trust my gut. If he doesn't play well, I'll have my vice captain on Salah, and I hope that he will return. But also that depends on if I bring Aguero in, because I'm still 50-50.
Yeah, I like your I like the well, I've certainly got Vardy right now, and I did think about doing Vardy to Aguero for this game week, because obviously I like Aguero against West Ham, but I don't know, I just don't feel like it's right. Game week 28's there, Aguero blanks, whereas Vardy actually has the game now that Leicester got through. Well, they got knocked out of the League Cup in the semi-finals, so Leicester
Right.
do play a fixture in 28 now. Not only do they play, but they play a nice fixture. It's Norwich away, which is the sort of game that you'd expect Vardy to do quite well in. So I'm a bit conflicted actually about whether I keep Vardy or not. I think he's going to get a bit of a stay of execution in my team. I think so.
Plus, I had Vardy before he went on like before he got on form. Like Sam, I was well cutting in the weekend. Sam said that she reckons that Vardy could do well, so I got him in at 9 million, and that's also why I'm kind of like, if I take him out, I don't know if I can afford to bring him back in. So I'm still considering, but the blank in game week 28 might be the reason I keep him.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. And listening to Sam is a very astute tactic, by the way. It's a very good thing to do in
Right.
case in case you guys haven't noticed which one of FPL family you should be listening to. It's definitely Sam. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So your overall rank is at about 10k now, which is brilliant, Jemima, by the way, having a great season. Where do you think you can finish? Do you think you can finish in the top 5k, 1k even? Who knows?
Well, I would hope so, but we can never know. But actually, when you look at the points, it's not that big of a gap. Like the gap between me and like 1K is around 30 points,
Okay.
and sometimes one game week makes all the difference. So
Well, we are coming up to a point in the season where your chips are going to swing it one way or the other. If you play the wild card correctly, if you play your bench boost correctly, particularly if you've got the double game weeks and the blanks to navigate, this is the point in the season that actually, as a person that takes FPL quite seriously, obviously, I quite like it because a lot of the more, I don't want to say the casual players, but the more casual players maybe just react game week by game week, whereas we as seasoned FPL pros, Jemima, we as seasoned FPL pros can kind of look ahead
right,
to
right.
what's going on, and we can plan and
Mm-hmm.
forecast for what's going to happen. So yeah, I kind of like this part of the season, and I think at 10k, if you're coming into it with a bit of a plan for what you want to do in the next 2 game weeks, yeah, why can't you finish in the top 1k? I like the sound of that. Just before you go, I want to get your feeling on who's going to finish in the top 4 in the Premier League. So who's going to finish champions?
Well,
Bit
I feel like
of a
you already
leading
know the answer
question.
to that. Everyone knows Liverpool's going to win.
We
So,
hope so. It's not done until it's done. It's not mathematically done yet, but yeah,
well,
hopefully.
but no one has ever come back from 20 points behind, 22 points behind. I actually saw a tweet that said that like Arsenal could catch up to Liverpool if if Liverpool didn't play any games since November, and like
Oh,
that's
really?
that's mind blowing. That if Liverpool didn't play any games for 2 months, then they would have the same points as Arsenal. And, but so obviously Liverpool is going to be champions, and Manchester City will be there for the remaining two, it's anyone's game. I don't know.
Who do you think? Who do you think third and fourth there? If I had to kind of ask you, who do you think third and fourth? Do you think United can get third and fourth now that Bruno's come in, and maybe if you find a bit of form between now and the end of the season?
Well, if we do find the form, maybe, but United is very inconsistent, so I would not like this far into the season. I would not see it happening, but I would hope it would happen as a United fan. But well, maybe. But it could be anyone's game between like Chelsea and us and Leicester and Manchester United and maybe Spurs as well. Mourinho's doing the like great bucket Spurs, so who
Yeah,
knows?
Mourinho is doing exactly what Mourinho normally does at clubs
Right.
when he turns up: is play pretty scrappy looking football, but somehow manages to get a win. We don't know how. I mean, how they beat Man City last week was absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And just give us your
Right.
feel on who's doomed then. Who's doomed in the Premier League? Is it Norwich, who are looking pretty dead and buried? Is it Watford, who are currently second bottom? Aston Villa having a bit of a tough time right now. Anybody in that mix that you think, anybody that could go down that's not down there right now?
Maybe West Ham.
Yeah, got some very, very tricky fixtures, West Ham, coming up for sure.
Yes. So maybe West Ham and Aston Villa is also very inconsistent, and I mean the Grealish is literally carrying the whole team in his back. So uh, right now, I would say Norwich and Aston Villa, and maybe West Ham.
West Ham fans, get in the comments below. Let us know how you feel about that. Are you dead and buried? Jemima says you're going down. So there we
No,
go.
I mean that. I personally believe in fixtures over form. So
Yeah,
and I
me
feel
too.
like Liverpool or Manchester City, but usually if the fixtures are against you, like even if they draw, I don't know if that's enough to save them.
Yeah. Well,
If
listen,
like
next
the
two
rest of the
games for
teams
West
are
Ham, Man City away, and then Liverpool away. So it's not getting any easier for the Hammers. Not
right.
getting any easier there. Listen, Jemima, thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Congratulations again in January. What a sensational month you had. Top 10K. I'll be keeping an eye on you. I think you can finish up there. You've got the chips, you've got the strategy, you've got pedigree now being an FPL family manager a month. I can see you in that top 5K, if not the top 1K, Jemima, before the end of the season. So absolutely sensational stuff. Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? Do you want to give your handles a bit of a shout out while you're here?
So it's Jemima everywhere.
Just at Jemima.
Yeah, Jemimah.
Nice. Okay, cool. So what we'll do is we'll drop the links into the comments below and into the description. All that's
Okay.
left for me to say is congratulations again for January. Good luck for the rest of the season. Want to see you in that top 1K. And I look forward to speaking to you
Hopefully.
again very, very soon. Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, and we'll